Well, he's an author who loves a good story. Jeff Zentner has published his third, actually fourth book, is it? Fifth book, my goodness. And this is the first one dedicated to adults. It's about a country music star who has a heartbreaking arc that is sure to resonate with everyone here in the Nashville area. All right, thank you for being here so much. This is such a great book. I was so excited to get my copy of it. Let's talk all about it. Colton Gentry's third act. Tell us the synopsis.
So Colton Gentry's third act is about the titular character, Colton Gentry, who is a country musician. And when we open the book, there's a lot of things that are going well for Colton. He's opening for a huge country act on a stadium tour. He is married to one of the biggest country acts in the country, a lady named Maisie Martin. And he's got a single that's starting to blow up the charts. But some other things are not going so well for Colton. He lost his best friend recently in a mass shooting. He's turned back to alcohol as a way of kind of numbing the pain. His wife has been in the tabloids with rumors of infidelity. And so one night he goes out on stage and, pushed beyond the brink, he has an on-stage meltdown that results in the collapse of his career.
Wow.
So he has to move back home to his small town in Kentucky and try to rebuild his life. And while doing that, he encounters his high school flame. And from there, well, you just have to see what happens.
It's an amazing story. Now, you were a musician at one time as well. We have some great photos of that. Does Colton have anything, or did you pull anything from your life into Colton? And would you say this is your third act in a way?
There's certainly a lot in the book that, I drew from my own personal life. Authors always do that. I would definitely consider this Jeff Zentner's third act as well. My first act was music. I had a run at music in Nashville, like so many. And when that sort of didn't pan out, I started teaching teenagers how to play music at Tennessee Teen Rock Camp and Southern Girls Rock Camp. And through that experience, I really fell in love with the way that teenagers love the art that they love. And so I started writing books for them. I started writing young adult books. So that was my second act. And once I got into the publishing space and into the story writing business, the idea for a story about an adult character came to me. And so I wrote this book, which is my third act. So I very much related to Colton's having to kind of rebuild and find new directions when he thinks a path has ended.
Did you consult with any country stars around town to get anything, or was this all you?
I did consult with some friends who are in the music industry a little bit. Now, of course, a lot of Colton's journey involves food, involves cooking. And you'll just have to read it to find out how that happens. But I did consult with a lot of local chefs, a lot of friends who are chefs. I read a lot of chef memoirs, watched a lot of Food Network.
That's amazing. Okay, so you wrote young adult for a while. This is your first, for adults book. What is the difference when writing? Obviously, material's a little bit more advanced, but I'm sure there are other differences.
Honestly, when I write for young adults, I swing for the fences from a craft perspective. There's no special vocabulary that I hold back. There are no, emotional truths that I think are too sophisticated for teenagers to grasp. I really have so much respect for the intelligence of teenagers and their ability to grasp nuance. Really, the only difference is the age of the characters and the type of struggles that they have. One rule in young adult is the books always have to be from the perspective of a teenager. And if I'm wanting to write a book about somebody who's on the verge of middle age, they've divorced, they're struggling with alcoholism, they're trying to rebuild their life, that's not really a story I can write with a 17-year-old character.
Okay, that makes sense. Something else involved in this book, an amazing little doggy, Petey, and you have two dogs yourself, and they are so cute. Take a look at these. Okay, tell us about your dogs and then Mr. Petey.
So the white dog is a Cavapoo named Bowie, and the red dog is a Havanese named Greg. And Colton, as part of rebuilding his life, adopts a rescue dog named Petey. He's starting to reflect on how he sacrificed so many things like having kids in service of this music career, which has now ended. So he goes and he adopts a rescue dog, and he specifically asks the shelter for the dog that is in the worst shape, because that's what he feels like he's in. So he adopts Petey. And for all of you dog lovers out there, considering what bad shape Colton is in, I included a footnote, actually 2 footnotes in this book, that assure you that Petey will not die in this book.
Thank you.
Because with what I put Colton through, you might wonder if that's going to be one of his challenges. It's not. Don't worry.
Phew, that's a good one. That's a big one. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, you got to check out Colton Gentry's third act by Jeff Zentner. You can get it wherever books are sold, including Amazon, and check out Jeff online as well. And stick with us. We are playing